Hello and welcome back to Medicine Creek. Right, so this is episode 12 and I do intend for this to be the last episode on Medicine Creek. And it's now early autumn, day 2. I've progressed quite a bit and I've also made a little bit of money from the milk, but I will show you that in a second. Actually, in all fairness, milk's probably turned out to be the best source of income on the map, which is definitely a surprise. So, as you can tell, Field 46 is now ready to harvest. All the corn is pretty much ripened to the point we need to harvest it. We've also got the tiny little bit in Field 61 that we're going to be doing in this episode as well. And then I also want to obviously bale it all off, sell the bales, turn it all into dry corn and sell all that as well. So there's going to be quite a few, obviously, montages, probably some jump cuts as I progress through it all. But I do want to try and get it in this episode. So it might be a little bit of a longer episode anyway because of that. Because I do want it as well at the end, sell all my equipment, pay off the loan and see where we're at. So we know when we go to the next US-based map, we know what we're taking with us. So let me just quickly show you the milk income so you can see that it was actually pretty good. Right, so as you can see, it seems like every 2 days I've had a bit of income. I've sold the milk. Got $17,000 there and then $12,000 on... well, in this in-game day, and then I did get a bit more beforehand. Got quite a good chunk because I was building it up. So all in all, milk's turned out to be a really good source of income. Right, so let's not dawdle with this. Let's get this going because this is going to be a big job. It really is. I've only got the one harvester and it's not the biggest. It's not like an X9 or anything like that. We're just going to have to get through this. It is going to take some time. I will be doing a course play as well at some point, but I think I might just start off. There we go. Yeah, I might just start off myself. And then I'll set the course play up, do a bit of baling, and we're pretty much just going to have to work through it. We really are. I'm hoping that the yield's actually pretty good, and it's definitely better than last time. It's telling me at the bottom there that we're getting 309 bushels per acre. I think I was getting about 200 something, so we're definitely increasing, but the fertilising on this field is maxed out. We've got rid of all the weeds, lime's spot on, so this field is now pretty much maximum yield. So I'm hoping we get a good chunk of money from this harvest. And as you can see on the yield map at the bottom left, we're actually in the dark green, so this is pretty good going so far. But as you can tell, I'm going to be here a while, which I don't mind. It's going to be quite obviously enjoyable for me to do. Just relax and do a bit of farming at the end of the day, a bit of harvesting with me steering wheel set up, so I don't mind at all. Again, with the bales, I'll do that and then set up a course play to probably finish off. I might actually do 3 headlands now manually and then set the course play up on the up and downs, and then I can do some baling. And I'll probably have to do a couple of jump cuts, maybe even a time lapse, and then eventually some sort of montage. And then I'm going to have to obviously wait for it to progress. I might get a chance to sell some more milk as well though when that happens, because while the corn's drying, it will give me time for the cows to give me a bit more before I sell them, because I will be doing that. We'll sell them, and then I also need to figure out what kind of equipment I'm going to sell and what I'm going to keep, because I do want to take one piece of equipment with me to the next map, and I want to keep trying to do that. So I'm definitely going to sell obviously the majority of everything. So as well, we're selling the farmland and all the lands, we should have a good amount of money to take over, hopefully. It just depends on the next map and what everything costs. I did previously mention that I might have to start off with some sort of shed, kind of like a contracting business, maybe a couple of fields, do some field work, and then move over to kind of like some kind of animal farm. But again, it really just depends on what map I end up choosing. Right, so let's jump into the auger. I think I've gone past it. There we go, that's what we want. And we'll get this over to the harvester that, as you can tell, is already full really quickly, which is good, but also means it's going to be a lot more work. But then again, you're picking up quite a big yield. You do tend to anyway pick up quite a lot of corn when you're harvesting that. But I think, in all honesty, this strip that I've just done to fill up so soon, you can definitely tell that I'm picking up a lot more than I did previously. So there's going to be a lot of trips to make. That should do. Probably get the baler in place as well, makes sense. I have got some soybean straw in here, so I will just have to quickly clear that out. Or I could just actually make a bale of soybean straw as well. It is also a shame that the price of the corn straw and the soybean straw is actually less than what you get for normal straw. Because you can make quite a bit of money from the normal straw. I mean, it's nowhere near what you'd expect from traditional prices on a map, but it's still, you know, a few thousand. And I think with this map, every little helps, definitely. Right, so let's carry on. I think it's going to take me quite some time to do a few headland passes with this. And I have got to think about the time and when to do some jump cuts. And as you can see, I'm already 13% full. And averaging about 307 anyway, so that's not too bad. So as I was previously saying about the equipment and what to take over, got to sell pretty much everything. The more money we've got to take over, the better. So that's all the land and the farm and all the equipment and the cows as well. So it's a shame I can't sell the loose silage, but I can sell the hay bales and the remaining straw bales, which there isn't too many of anyway. But thinking about the actual equipment, so far the thing that I want to take over is probably the swather that I've got. I do like the new polycount one, but it is a lot more money, and if I can take that over straight away, that takes that out of the equation. I've got something to do the mowing on. And I think it is important that I do try and improve on my tractors, a bit more power. So if I sell the tractors I've got now and not have to take one of them over, then at least I can try and aim for a 500 plus horsepower tractor. And even if we don't have a farm as such to do some animal work, as long as I've got some fields and a storage shed, I can make money. And I am hoping the next map is going to be a little bit easier and offer me some good prices, because this field, I can't wait to see the actual yield I get in bushels, but also I will work it out in litres for anyone that wants to know it like that as well, because it is still the traditional way. And over time I'll probably get more of an idea of what it means when it's so many bushels, but I think because I've been so used to litres, it kind of makes more sense to me. So I will be converting it to that at some point as well, which it will tell me in the corn dryer anyway. But I am intrigued because I think got about 70,000 litres of wheat. I can't remember the exact number of corn. I'd have to go back and check. But I am expecting quite a big yield. I really am. Alright, so this is nearly full again, so I will make some room. But we've already got 600 bushels when this goes into the auger, which is a fair amount, it really is. There we go. So this will hold 4 and a bit loads from the harvester, which does make things a lot easier. So lugging around the harvester and just a trailer, I do like this. I understand completely now in America why they do have these augers carting in the fields into like a truck at the side. It really does make sense. And as you can tell, I haven't even taken a tiny dent in this field yet. Really haven't. So this is going to be a challenge. Definitely a challenge for single player. I mean, in multiplayer you could probably get this done within an hour if you had enough people helping out. And if I had like a fleet and we earned a bit more money, I'd probably set another one going, Courseplay, and we could double up like the harvester, 2 of us, and then I think it'd make things a lot easier. But right now, we can't afford to do that, and I do want to be doing it correctly. I do want to try and get a bit of money. I think I might actually have a Courseplay activated, which is a bit strange. There we go. So when this is full, what I'll do is I'll probably do the headland passes and I'll cut back in when I'm done. I won't do a montage yet. I'll cut back in when I've done probably 3 headlands, and then I'll take a bit of a recap. I'll give you an update on the yield and where I'm at, and then I'll probably do a bit of a time lapse going forward, just so we can see a good chunk of it progressing. Right, so welcome back. It's probably been about 35 minutes and everything's full. So the truck's full, the auger's now full, and the harvester's just tried to empty this last bit in there, so this is 50% full. And I've just started the 3rd headland. So this is definitely going to be quite a big yield, so let's just turn that off because I do need to go and empty this stuff out before I set up any Courseplay. So let's go and take this heavy load of corn, and then we can come back, unload the auger, which is probably going to be half of this anyway. At least we can set the Courseplay going, because that's the main thing after this now, so I can get on with some baling and then just keeping on top of it. It is a bit of a drive compared to the other fields, which will add some time. But I always knew this was going to be a hefty job. I am also intrigued to see what kind of yield and profit I get, because it's a good sized field. It's massive. Compared to these 2 cornfields I did before, and we've got this little bit to add to it. It is a big field, it really is. Let's not try and clip that thing before, like I did before. There we go. I do hope to God that the next map doesn't have a silo like this where it's got some kind of collision and it's never happy. Right, so I'm tipping at the front now, so this should, there we go. There we go, it's set to auto, so it will just work its way through, which is fine, I don't mind that. There we go, last bit from the end. As you can tell, it's going to be well over 50,000. It's a hefty amount. I would love to see what's having a collision there. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that there, but that I can't help that because that's lifted up. Who knows? Anyway, let's get back so we can actually get this harvester going. Because every time it's sitting there and it's got downtime, that means it's time that we could be harvesting. I am also going to need to bring it down the field service trailer because I guarantee that that's going to run out of fuel at some point, the harvester. So I need to fill it up as well. So we'll do that. We'll make sure we fill a good amount in there. We don't want to put too much in because it will have fuel in, and then it's going to be a bit of a waste of money. So I might fill it to probably about 50%, and then I'll bring it down, and when it needs filling up the harvest, at least I've got it there and it can keep it going. I think the only thing that's going to stop it is if I can't empty it in time. So I need to keep a good eye on it as it's running. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set it up now just to carry on the 3rd headland and then start the up and downs. I think that makes more sense. And hopefully I'll have gaps in between to actually run the baler. That would be ideal anyway. Right, so let's set this going. Now I'm hoping kind of do this as a... There you go. So as it's emptying out the harvester, it's going in. There we go. Makes more sense to do it like that. Alright, so as you can tell, this is nearly full up again. That's going to be well up there. But anyway, let's sort out the course plate. So, field 46, we're going to be doing 3 headland passes at 9.1 metres. I'll up the overlap. There might be little bits, but who knows. Start working on the headlands. We want the corners to be turned. I think that should be fine. There we go. And as you can see, it's a pretty hefty course. So if we just pop up this, you can see that I'm definitely off. But that's not a problem. As long as I start it from about here. There we go. And just move it over. It should carry on. The rows are going to be a bit out of line, but that's not a problem. I'm off there. I am off. Frame rate. It never likes the frame rate when you put that up, which you can understand because there's a lot of information now. So we want next closest, I think, from probably here. I'm hoping that'll work. There you go. So now that'll quite happily go, and it's going to take 3 hours. That is a serious amount of time, but I don't mind doing that. We'll obviously scale it down quite a bit. And that's nearly full as well, so I'll probably crack on with some baling. And what I'll do now is I'll let it get through the headland again, and I'll probably cut back in with a bit of a montage of me probably doing a bit of baling and a lot of carting. Right, so welcome back. It's been quite a while, I'll be honest, and we've done, I'd say, about halfway, because these are like, this is the bigger part of the field, so we're not doing too bad. But the yield's pretty good, not gonna lie. We've got 350,000 litres, and another hefty load now in the auger. So we're just gonna quickly empty this out into the trailer, and I've been doing a bit of baling. I've also been jumping in between a lot of the carting really, and done a course play on the baling, so that's currently where I'm at. I've just paused it because I didn't want it to catch up too much with the harvester, and the harvester again needs emptying. So let me just give you a quick look at the map so you can get an idea of where we're at. So we got a fair few bales, 20,000 litres in each one, and if we just, probably better to show you there, you can see that I'd say that's about halfway. I really would. So it's definitely got quite a bit going, and 350,000 litres. We check on here. So we're close to 400,000 litres at the moment. So that's pretty good going. And if we dry it out, which it is doing, it's probably processed about 50,000 already. Should have a good yield, but it's going to take, it's a big job. It really is. This is a massive job. 80 acre field. All the bales need selling. All the corn needs drying out and then selling. And then eventually when that is done, we've got to obviously sort out selling the equipment and moving over to the next map. So definitely a lot left to do. We've also got that little bit as well, but that shouldn't take too long at all. Let's go and empty the harvester, or else it can't carry on. So I've done one montage. My aim is probably to do a time lapse now. I'm doing a good chunk of this now, probably not all of it, and then I'll cut to the end of this field. Again, give another recap where I'm at yield wise, and then I'll probably do a bit of a montage selling the bales and the dry corn, so there's going to be some time progressed in between that, and then we'll finish off by going over the equipment, selling the farm and all that stuff, so we know how much we've got going into the next map. So let me just quickly unload this. Probably just started there. He could have stayed on the path he was on, to be honest, but you know. I have noticed that this is the main job that I'm doing, carting. It definitely helps having courseplay. If I didn't have courseplay, this would be a tricky task on my own, playing on single player. Right, so the harvester's off again. It'll probably need emptying. I'm going to say halfway up this field, so I'm just going to take the cart up there, and then what I'm going to do then, I'm going to stick a time lapse in for a bit so you can actually see a little bit more detail than what the montages show, and then I'll probably cut back in when we've done this field.
I don't work down there anymore. Now get back, get on track, jump on, grab this thing. Double down, roll the dice, take off now, don't think twice. Hey, don't you wanna play? Say hey, don't you wanna play?
Right, so welcome back. It's now 4 o'clock in the same in-game day. And I finally did it. It's taken me a seriously long period of time to do both the field. I've done the small field near the farm, and I've also done this mammoth field over here. And I'm now just transporting some of the bales. So I've got 33. This is how much it holds on here. I've leased this out again. It's an auto loader, so I've got 33 on here. There's still quite a lot, as you can see, in the field. And I will talk about yields properly at some point, but I can tell you now, we have really got a massive amount of corn drying at the moment, and it is going to take some time. I'm not looking forward to the amount of trips I'm going to have to do. Ooh, I nearly went and toppled then. Should slow down with this amount of bales on. Yeah, I'm not going to look forward to the trips that I've got to do. I really aren't. I think I've got to make 14 at least with the big trailer on the back of the truck. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that too much, but I'm also looking forward to the money, so I am optimistic now. With the yield that I got in the end, I'm optimistic. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do these bales, get these sold. It's going to take me a little bit of time. I have got one more bale up by the farm that's I've got to pick up, but yeah, let's just get these sold first, and then we can get an idea of how much money we're going to get. So it's never too much with the bales, but it's, you know, it's still acceptable. But we're definitely going to be earning good money from the corn. It's definitely still not what you'd probably be expecting on any other map, as I've mentioned previously, but it's still, yeah, it's okay. And also with the amount that I've got, I'd be surprised if I don't hit a good amount of money. I think the field itself was an extra so many thousand, so I do at least want to claw that back and make obviously some profit, or else it was all for nothing. Anyway, let's carry on doing this. Let's just see what the button is. I think I'm set up. There we go. So I'm going to do this, and then obviously I'm going to progress some time till the corn's all dry, and then I'll probably cut back in, give you the exact numbers of yields, how many bales I got, how much money I got for the bales as well. I am keeping an eye on that, and I'll be able to tell you exactly all the numbers as soon as I've done this and the corn's dry. Welcome back. It's now mid-autumn, day 4. Just going to quickly sell this milk. That'll probably be the last bit of milk we'll sell, but we're up to now 78,000. It's really good milk, as it's actually done me the world of good. We're doing pretty good for money, really are. So I'll quickly just give you an update on the bales. I made 97 20,000 litre bales from that field, which is a lot. It really is a serious amount. And I sold them, and I only got 23,961. When you think about the amount of straw I've just sold, that isn't that good, but it is a bit extra income, so I can't really complain. But this is what's going to make me the most. So we have 707,000 litres of dried corn. So this is going to take a hell of a lot. I've got 20,000 bushels in here. I have worked out it's probably going to take me about 14 trips to do this. So definitely not going to be able to do this all on video, obviously, so I'm probably going to cut in and out, which I have been doing a lot in this episode, but I am trying to get everything done in this one episode. So as the viewer, you've probably seen me do a few jump cuts, but hopefully you can understand why, because this 80 odd acre field, it was probably close to 85, maybe 90 with the other field. This is the only problem with me doing this 14 times. It's trying to actually not get stuck. So yeah, 14 trips, that's what I've got to do. I'll actually look at the sell points now. I'm really hoping that this sell point up here is a reasonable price for dry corn. If not, well, that's not going to be very good. And actually, it's not too bad. It's actually worth going to. The other two are dropping anyway, so I do like that. So that's the one saving grace out of all this. At least I can actually go to the nearest sell point to take this. I have to say though, I'm not going to miss that silo there, I'll be honest. It's a nightmare. Just has weird collisions, so hopefully I can avoid that in the next map. But yeah, the plan is on this now to finish off, get everything sold, get all the grain sold, find out how much money we've got from that field. Hoping for a good amount, but we'll get an indication from this now. And then pretty much we're going to be selling all the equipment except the swather. That's what I've decided to take over to the next map. And then I'm going to sell the cows, I'm going to sell the hay bales, pretty much absolutely everything. And we'll finish off by selling the actual farm as well. Just did clip that, but I'm being impatient. I do like how this map though, as it gets into autumn and winter, even the grass starts to get withered. It changes in colour. So I've been playing now this map for probably, I'd say, close to 5 hours. I did have a break in the between, but yeah, it's been a long session. But I did mention in one of my videos that challenge accepted for this map, and I think we've definitely gone head on with that challenge, and I think we're going to come out with a good sum of money going into the next one, and hopefully I can pay my loan off, which I'm definitely going to be able to do anyway, but hopefully it'll leave me with a good amount as well to take over and get some better tractors. I think that's really important. If we can get a better tractor and a bigger planter, even if we have to lease the planter out, I think maybe getting a harvester, maybe a really big harvester. The X9s are brilliant, so you never know. We could hopefully get something along them lines, but we'll figure it out. Right, so let's have a look. I'm tipping from the front. Now, I don't know if I need to keep switching through. So it looks like this is going to be around 12,000. Let's say around 12,000. Which isn't too bad. It's not amazing, but then again, that's this map. It makes you think. Imagine selling 707,000 litres of corn, dried corn as well, and only getting a small fee. Because I think we're not going to get anywhere near what you can get on the other map. I mean, we'd be close to like 500,000 or something. That's a guess on top of my head, but you'd be definitely close to 500,000. I've seen some maps where corn can get up to like £700 on normal difficulty. £700 every 1,000 litres. So if we've got 700,000, you'd expect to get at least 500,000. But I'm going to be nowhere near that. Absolutely nowhere near. Which is crazy. It's why this map is a challenge. It really is. At least we tried it and I've enjoyed it, I have to say. I do like the map, the way it's laid out. There is a few little bugs that have been a pain along the way, but I am definitely ready now to go to the next map. And I'm looking forward to trying to figure out which one will be best suited for which way I want to go forward as well, because I do want to do some field work. I want that probably to be the main focus in the next map, but I also would like to have the option of maybe doing a bit of field work as in for the animals, so like baling and stuff like that. I think that's always a good option. You can definitely tell it's autumn though. That's the one thing I do like about this map. It's not just the trees, it's the grass, it's everything. It does look pretty cool. Even the little bushes. Right, so let's carry on doing these. Now that wheat that's sitting in there, that isn't actually something that I harvested. That's just because when I was first testing out the map and testing out this, I was interested to see if you could dry anything else bar corn. So I've left that in there because I did put it in right at the start, so I'm not going to sell that. There we go, so that's that full. So let's go and take this one. Maybe not, there we go. And then what I'll do is, because this is obviously going to take quite a while, I'll cut back in again when it's all done, and I'll also sell all the equipment and give you a roundup of exactly how much I got from the corn, and then also we'll pay the loan off and we'll see exactly how much money we're going to take over to the next map. And there we go. That is absolutely everything sold. So we sold all the grain, everything I own, apart from this one thing is now left on the farm. I've even sold the land itself. And it's left me with $2.1 million, which is pretty good. And taking that over to the next map's definitely going to help us out. Depends really how much the farm is going to be, or the land. Probably going to spend maybe $1 million on that itself. So it has boosted us up quite a bit. So let's talk numbers. So yield for that field and the little one just here for the corn, we got 707,162 litres, and from that we got $161,727, which is a pretty good yield. In the end, that really did turn out quite well. Definitely worth it in the end. It's taken me several hours to get this all done, but I am glad now, because it means I can move over to the next map with a bit of cash in my back pocket, ready for the next map. And also it's probably going to be a lot easier. So if we did that kind of field on another map, we'd probably make a hell of a lot of money. Bales wise, I've already said I got 23,000 for that from 97 bales, and then obviously I'm now up to 2 million from selling all the equipment and the land. So just quickly show you, I now own absolutely nothing. It's all gone. So all I'm going to take with me is this, and I just need to jump in, make a note of the hours. So it's 123.7 hours. So I'll make sure in the next map I buy this exact same model with the same hours, and then yeah, we'll carry on with this same amount of money as well. So on that note, I am going to leave the video here, and also the series on Medicine Creek. But what I will be doing is jumping over to the next map, and I'll probably call it Season 2 on my US series, just so they kind of link together. I'll put them all in the same playlist, because still it is kind of the same series, because I'm going to take the money over and also take this piece of kit over. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.